A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 538th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are presented by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit forming supplement for energy, focus, productivity, and concentration without the crash. Go to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush to get your hands on a bottle and support the show. It is Tuesday, December 24th, 2019. It is Christmas Eve, guys. Christmas Day is tomorrow. Hope everyone's gotten their Christmas shopping done. Because if you haven't, you're going to have to fight traffic. You're going to have to fight people. You're going to have to fight animals. You're going to have to fight everything if you're brave enough to go to the mall or Target or even worse, Walmart. Jesus Christ. Do not go to Walmart on Christmas Eve. As always, we are streaming live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, OK.ru, and VK. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Later on in the show, I'm going to talk about why sexual attraction between men and women is not symmetrical, and how today's women are getting it dead fucking wrong. I'm also going to open up the Patrice O'Neill hotline to get your thoughts on this. I'm also going to open up the priority line. I'm going to open up two separate phone lines. One phone line is going to be for the general audience. The other phone line is going to be for my members. If you are a member of TSR Towers, if you're a member of my YouTube channel, few cents per day, then you will have access to the priority line, which means you get to get on before the other callers. So I'll make the announcement in terms of when I will open up those phone lines. If you're a member of TSR Towers, just look in the, I actually made a post on my YouTube channel for members only. Hey, this is the priority line. So if you want to know what the priority number is, just go and take a look at my posts on my YouTube channel. I am also going to be taking calls on my first topic, which is the worst kinds of females on the dating market. The absolute worst women to date. If a man talks to females at the rate he needs to in order to get laid on the regular, it is inevitable that he is going to run into some fucked up women, guys. Now, personally, I would recommend approaching at least 10 women a day when you're new to pickup game, which is a lot. But if you don't have a stable of women to be able to sleep with, or if you want a stable of women to be able to sleep with, this is what's necessary. I've discussed this at length in episode 319 entitled Building a Harem is a Full-Time Job, and trust me when I tell you that having done it myself, it absolutely is. Anyway, if you end up hooking up with a girl, or two, or three, but let's just say if you end up hooking up with a single girl, and you end up spending more than just a night with her, you're going to find out that she's got some red flags. You're going to learn about the annoying characteristics she may have. You're going to learn about her hang-ups, her daddy issues, her mental problems, etc., etc. Now, to be fair, every girl out there does have annoying characteristics. Every girl has baggage, guys. Every girl has some shit with her. Every girl has things about her that you don't necessarily like dealing with. That's part of the gig, guys. Okay? Deal with it. Don't be meathead red pill guy who expects perfection. Not going to happen. Women are far from perfect. We know this. But if you like more things about her than things that you don't, and the things you like about her make putting up with her, putting up with her annoying traits anyway, that makes it worth sticking around. I'm not mad at you. I've done it myself from time to time, including right now. Again, no girl is ever perfect. And look, guys, and again, There's no need to be unreasonable. Dumping a girl because she watches a TV show that you don't like, that's lame. Guys, go home. Go into another room, or tell her to go watch it at her place, or just change the channel. Tell her she can watch it on her own time. Problem solved, right? Don't be meathead red pill guy. But there are traits that a lot of women have that are absolute deal breaker. As in, it takes her out of the running for consideration for a long-term relationship. Now, I'm not talking about the obvious black flags, some of which I discussed in yesterday's show, like a neck tattoo, or that she has 3 kids by 3 different men. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about the traits and the habits that most men know are annoying, but have no idea that these traits make it almost impossible to be with her outside of fucking her for, 8.5 to 9 minutes. Most men are unaware of these deal breakers because so many women have them. That's just how it goes. These characteristics, gentlemen, are the norm with most females, and because we've been forced to get used to them, we don't rule these out as everyday characteristics in terms of reasons to disqualify a female for a relationship of consequence for any amount of time. Well, it ain't that kind of party here at TSR Towers. We know better. And for those that don't, I'm going to give you guys 8 of the very worst kinds of females to date in 2019. Let's get to it. Number 1, the 5 who acts like a 10. Now, early on in game, I had to sort of crawl before I could walk, okay? And I learned that the hard way. Right out of the gate, I started trying to run game on 9s and 10s, and I fell flat on my face because my game level wasn't exactly where it needed to be. The first girl I ever ran red pill game on was a redheaded 8, and I got her number. Well, she flaked on me when I tried to set up the meetup, but I wasn't deterred because in my mind, I thought, hey, that was my first go around and I got the digits. This is easier than I thought, and I quickly, of course, learned that this was not the case. So I had to dial it back a little bit and start hitting on 6s and 7s, which went a lot better, actually. And before long, I got really good with them. At that point, then I moved up to 8s and 9s and eventually 10s, and the rest is history. But what I found out was that 6s and 7s are much harder to run game on than 9s and 10s. Believe it or not, guys. Approaching 9s and 10s is much easier than approaching the typical 6. And the reason why is that 9s and 10s they don't get hit on that much, if at all, right? We all think dudes holler at them all day long, and they do. But the guys that talk to them almost never, ever try to run game on them or try to get her number. They just make small talk for a little while, then stop because they're scared to push the action a little bit further. They're afraid to let her know, hey, I'm not talking to you for my health. I am trying to fuck you. But 6s and 7s are notoriously difficult to approach because guys aren't afraid to hit on them. And the reason for this is that most guys are attracted to 6s and 7s, but these girls aren't so hot, right? They're not so hot that the average guy isn't afraid to chat them up. As a result, they get hit on every minute of every day. And what this does is it massively inflates their already inflated ego. The vast majority of 6s and 7s that I've approached in the past, they start shit testing right out of the gate because they think they're 10s. And the reason why they think they're 10s is because guys hit on them all the time. But what these girls don't realize is that dudes only holler at them because they're easier targets. They're complete bitches for about, maybe the first half an hour or so. And then it gets to a point where you think to yourself, okay, this girl isn't hot enough to put up with this nonsense. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Now, if you stick with it and you stay in the set, fucking 6s and 7s, that's as easy as taking candy from a baby. But on the flip side, 9s and 10s are much easier to approach, way harder to fuck, guys. So keep that in mind when you're out there, guys. 6s and 7s are very difficult to approach, almost too easy to sleep with. 9s and 10s, a lot easier to approach and much more difficult to have sex with. Just keep that in mind. Number 2, the second type of female, the second kind of female that the second worst female on the dating market is the girl who will not shut the fuck up. Girls these days, they mistake a man's sexual interest for a man's respect. They think that just because men want to fuck them, that men are also interested in what they have to say. So they'll talk about anything and everything they can think of, and it's almost nonstop. because they think you want them to give you their thoughts on politics. They think you want them to give you their thoughts on social issues or sports or science or whatever the fuck their last boyfriend lied to them about. In their minds, in her mind, she's thinking, well, he wants to fuck me, so of course he wants my opinion on religion. Of course he wants my opinion on the economy. Of course he cares about what I think. Right? Of course he cares. Of course he gives a shit about the latest Kardashian scandal. Of course he wants me to talk about my useless life. I dated a girl down in Vegas. She was like, I don't know, she's probably an 8.5, 9 on a good day. 9.5 when she was sucking my dick. 10 if she acted like she liked it. This girl talked all the time, guys, and it drove me fucking crazy. Now, this was actually a few years after I took the red pill. So I was already at the point where I grabbed my balls and told her, yo, stop talking. You're giving me a fucking headache, right? And the very first time I did it, she got all butthurt and told me to take her home. And then she texted me later to come over, which I did not. So she came back to my house and apologized. She's all like, well, I'm sorry. It's just that I like to talk. I'll try to get it under control and all that shit. But she never did, guys. She was so used to guys telling her, she was so used to guys not telling her to shut the fuck up that she couldn't do it even when a guy she actually liked did. Needless to say, I didn't really stick around for too much longer than that. Number 3, the third kind of female who is insufferable on the dating market, the third in my list of 8 females who are absolutely J.J. Watt returning to practice. Holy shit, that's big for the Texans. Number 3, the competitive girl. And I put competitive in quotation marks. These are some of the most annoying girls out there. And I'm not talking about just a friendly competition between you and your girl when you're bowling or maybe riding go-karts or playing Super Mario Kart. Other fun competitive stuff like that. No. I'm talking about the girl or the girls who think being competitive is attractive to men. And we're going to talk about this later, by the way. But I'm talking about girls who think that being competitive is actually attractive to men. So they compete with you in everything. They race you to the car. They finish their food faster than you. If you work at the same job, they're comparing their sales number to your sales number. You tell them a story about how many miles you've ridden your bike, and they try to top it with something. I mean, it is all the time, guys. It is non-fucking stop. I went on a date, now that I'm thinking about it, I went on a date with a girl I worked at a call center once. And when she'd compare her sales number to mine, we'd flirt, right? Well, I sold more than you, or I sold more units than you. And I thought she was just doing that to get my attention, right? Now, some girls try to compete with you, quote unquote, just to get your attention, right? And then you find out they're not really competitive. They're just competing with you to get your attention. That's what I thought this girl was doing, right? So, I said, all right, listen, man, on Friday when we got paid, I said, hey, I forgot what her name was. I said, hey, let's go bowling, right? Let's go bowling tonight. She's like, yeah, cool, let's do it. So we went out, but I did not fuck her because I could not stand her. She wanted to see who could drink the most at dinner. Then at bowling, she was talking shit the entire time. The whole thing was one big competition. It was like she was keeping score of everything. I can't get into the whole night because it would take much too long. But trust me when I tell you, it was bad. At least it was for me. I don't know about her. So at the end of the night, I told her, I'm taking you home. She says, well, are you coming with me? And I said, no, I'm dropping you off. She said, all right, no big deal. I mean, to be honest with you, she probably had someone else lined up later that night, which was fine by me because she was absolutely, positively a fucking headache. Number 4, the fourth in my list of the absolute worst chicks to date is the always has to have the last word girl. Holy fucking shit. We've all had experience with these females. You have an argument, and by the way, never argue with a woman. I've talked about this before, but you have an argument, or maybe even just a minor disagreement on the most insignificant thing, and she absolutely positively has to have the last word for no other reason but that she wants to have the last word. She doesn't care whether or not she's right. She doesn't care about the facts. She doesn't care about any of that. All she wants is the last word so that she can claim victory in the argument. Now, the first couple times it happens, just let it go, right? Whatever. Listen, those may be isolated incidents. And if they're arguments, she may feel strongly about her position. Okay, fine. It happens. And listen, men are the same in a lot of these cases too, right? Like, let's not pretend women are the only ones that do this. But when she has to have the last word about something you're watching on TV, or about something you're eating, or anything inconsequential, that's when it gets annoying, guys. We all know that if a girl whips out her phone and Googles everything every time you have a disagreement, and if the first search suggestion doesn't prove her point, she goes to all of the links until she finds one that does. Then she says, see, I told you blah, 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 blah. And then you think to yourself, Jesus fucking Christ. This bitch went to the third page on Google to find that shit, and nobody goes there. Don't stick around women like this, guys. They're not even close to worth the headache. Number 5 in my list of the 8 worst females to date on the planet, or in America, for that matter, the drama queen. Drama queens, guys. Now, we've all called some chick a drama queen at some point or another. But a lot of guys overuse it, right? When they see a woman showing emotion about anything, they say, oh, she's being a drama queen. And you're like, dude, her brother died, right? Come on. Now, maybe it's not to that degree, but there are, there are too many dudes and girls out here calling people drama queen for getting worked up about legit issues like losing their job or wrecking their car or anything serious. But then there are girls out there who make a big deal out of everything. One girl I've mentioned several times in my show, her name is Chrissy, right? I've mentioned her several times in my shows, in my article. Her name was Chrissy. Hot Mexican girl, dude, hot Mexican girl. The bitch was a hard 10. The long and the short of it, she got a guy to pay for a boob job at 19 years old. So you already knew this chick was fucked up in a lot of ways. I met her 3 weeks after she had her, or 3 weeks after she healed up from her boob job. Found out that her ex-fiance paid, bought them for her. Unfortunately for Martin, the ex-fiance, I got to enjoy those tits a hell of a lot longer than he ever did. Anyway, she was a fucking smoke show. So I ended up keeping her around for a little while. Well, we all know that 10s are, well, those of us who have experienced dating 10s, we all know that 10s are insufferable most of the time because they're 10s, and Chrissy was no different, guys. If her coffee order was wrong, she'd make a big fucking deal out of it. If the Wi-Fi was slow at whatever casino or restaurant we were at, she bitched about that. If her aunt and her got into an argument about something stupid, she'd cry about that. Like literal tears about an argument with her aunt about why her aunt didn't put $5 in gas in her fucking car after she drove it. This gentleman is a drama queen. The only reason to tolerate a drama queen is if she is an 8, a 9, or a 10. If she is a 7 or below, shut that shit the fuck down. I'm not saying that you should allow a 9 or a 10 to become a drama queen, because if she is, check her on it and say, quit being a fucking drama queen. It's not that serious. And I've done this every single time. But if she can't quit the theatrics and she's a 7 or below, guys, kick her ass to the curb, man. Drama queens are way too much of a headache to deal with if she's not hot. Period. Number 6, the 6th in my list of the 8 most insufferable females on the dating market here in 2019, frat girls. This is another thing that women do because feminism's told them that it's attractive to men. And again, we're going to get into this much later. Women who burp, women who fart, women who are loud and obnoxious are not even close to worth being around, guys. Not even for a little while. I call this the frat girl act. Devin had this problem when we first got together. She looked feminine, but a lot of times she didn't really act feminine. I had to literally, I had to shout that out of her. This is also the girl that tells dirty jokes, right? They swear a lot. That's what she said. And then they laugh at themselves. Oh, that's what she said. Like, bitch, that's not attractive. The only female I have ever had sex with who actually engaged in this frat boy nonsense is, of course, my current girlfriend. And she never does that anymore, man. Listen, the first few days we were talking, she did it a lot. And I told her every time she does shit like this, I imagine her eating boogers. And that seemed to do the trick. I said, listen, when you do shit like this, like I imagine you eating boogers, right? Every once in a while, she'll slip up here and there, but I don't really make a big deal out of that. because it's not who she is, at least not anymore. It's not in her personality anymore. But if she does it twice in a short period of time, dude, I'll check her on it, and eventually she'll get back in line. But the girl who literally acts like a frat boy all the time is ridiculous and pathetic, especially when they're in their late 20s or early 30s, because you know they've taken on the persona out of desperation. A lot of these chicks who have managed voices, they're not feminine at all. They've got what I call raspy party voice. I actually talked about this in my new ebook, 16 Ways to Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship. You guys can get that at donovansharpe.com/newsletter, absolutely free on donovansharpe.com. Right? They have party voice. They're really, really loud. They sound a little bit hoarse, and it sounds like they smoke 3 packs a day and do shots of tequila every weekend. Stay the fuck away from these chicks if you want to keep your sanity. Big thanks goes out to Darius Isaac with the $10 super chat. Says, keep spitting these facts. Appreciate that, Darius. I'm also going to shout out the new members on the other side of the break. Number 7 in my list of the 8 worst females on the dating market, complainers. Guys, women who complain about everything are insufferable. And to get racial here, this is absolutely a white girl thing. I actually talked about this in a Sharpe short of mine called, I forget what it was called. I think it's something to the effect of the cons of dating pretty white girls. And one of those cons is that they fucking complain about everything, guys. Right? And they complain about dumb shit. Like, the chair I sit in at work is uncomfortable. Or, I don't like that my apartment is on the 2nd floor and I have to walk upstairs to get there. Basically, chicks who complain about what I like to call hashtag first world problems. Now, depending upon how the girl looks, determines how much you'll tolerate anything. I mean, if a girl looks good, you'll tolerate it a little more. That's the case with any of these traits. The hotter the girl, the more you'll put up with her complaining. And don't give me this, I don't care how hot she is. If she complains too much, I'm out. Again, don't be that wannabe meathead red pill guy who wants everybody to think you're fucking 9s and 10s all day. If you like a girl enough and she's hot enough, you'll deal with a certain amount of bullshit. That's how it is. We all do, so don't act like you're the exception to the rule. I'll go right back to my fake-titted Mexican 10 that I was fucking for a while out in Vegas. This chick complained about everything all the time. Guys, my soup's too cold. Why are we still waiting to be seated? Where's our food? It's been 3 minutes. Why does you know what I mean? Why do they close so early, and why did they not let me in early? Why does my boss make me stay 10 minutes past my shift, even though we're in the middle of a dinner rush? I mean, it was always something with her. Again, I never, ever let her just get away with it. Every time she complained about something stupid, I just laugh and say, I would just laugh and say, oh, first world problems, huh? And she'd get mad. She hated that shit. She'd get mad as fuck. But guess what? She'd shut the fuck up, at least for a little while. But then she'd start up again because that's who she is. And the reason for this is that hot girls get what they want all the time, exactly how they want it. So at that point, I'll just say, shut the fuck up about it already. I don't want to hear it. And then she'll stay quiet after that until, of course, the next day. Again, I dealt with that because she was a fucking smoke show. This girl was hot as fuck. But if she were a 6 or a 7, I'd have kicked her ass to the curb after about a week, and it would have been worth it. It would not have been worth it to put up with that for very long at all. Guess what? Devin's a 6.5, 7. I don't put up with her complaining at all. When she complains, I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. If she were a 9 or a 10, I'd give her a little bit more leeway, but no, shut the fuck up. No, Devin complains about a lot, but every time she does it, I fucking check her on it. I should start saying, listen, bitch, you're not hot enough to be complaining as much as you do. Pipe the fuck down. And she'll get mad, but she'll get the point. Number 8. The 8th and final of my 8 most, undateable, the most insufferable, the 8 worst types of females on the planet or in the dating market are phone zombies. Girls the bitch who's always looking at her phone. Now, you guys might not think that this is a big deal because we think every girl looks at her phone all the time, right? Well, that may be true, but there are some girls whose faces are in their phones all the time. When you're at dinner, at the movies, bowling, at her place, at your place, all the fucking time. Now, this is different in that even if she's hot, there's only so much you can take, guys. I had a fuck buddy arrangement with this chick who lived down in Henderson. I probably fucked her for 2, maybe 2.5 weeks. I can't remember exactly. And it got so bad with her looking at her phone, she'd forget where we were, right? I'd be driving somewhere. She'd be in the passenger. I'd be driving. And when we'd get there, I'd turn my car off and she'd jerk her head up and be like, oh, I forgot where we were going. Another annoying thing about this is that we'll be in the car or watching TV and I'll be talking to her or doing whatever and she'll just bust out laughing and I'm thinking she's laughing about what I said or it was on TV. Then she'll do it again when I wasn't trying to be funny and I'd look over and be like, dude, what the fuck are you laughing about? She'd be like, oh yeah, I read something on such and such site and I saw this GIF or this video, blah, 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 blah. I put up with that for about 2 weeks and then I just ended up just fucking ghosting on her. Again, it's not a bad thing if your girl looks at her phone, right? If I'm working on my show or on an article, dude, my girl, she'll whip out her phone, right? She'll play a game, she'll read Reddit or something, she'll chuckle and tell me about something funny she saw. That's perfectly fine, right? She doesn't do it when we're watching a movie or when we're going out. She doesn't do any of that stuff. As a matter of fact, when we're at dinner, she makes sure her phone is put away. She's very good about that. She hardly ever, as a matter of fact, we went and did some Christmas shopping yesterday, forgot her phone at the house, right? She hardly ever has her phone in the first place, and when she does, it's because I'm probably busy doing something else. I'm not saying, guys, that you gotta have your girl's undivided attention at all times. But there are way too many girls out here who are just hypnotized by their phones to the point where they don't even realize what's going on around them, including the guy who's fucking her. Some guys can deal with that. I can't. Fuck that noise. On the other side of the break, I'm going to break down the asymmetries of sexual attraction and why women are getting it dead wrong. I will also open up the Patrice O'Neal hotline and take your phone calls. I will also open up the priority line for you guys. I'll shout out Super Chats. I will shout out my members all when we come back. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. Gentlemen, if you want the blueprint on how to mold and shape a woman into exactly what you want and need, you need to get your hands on my 7-hour 5-part audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up. This is 7 hours of rock-solid intel on how to build a female brick by brick into the kind of woman you want and need. Part 1 deals with the vetting process. I teach you how to select the right candidate by telling you what to look for and, more importantly, what not to look for in a woman. Part 2 deals with the training process. I take you step by step through the procedures that prepare a female for what it's like to be in a relationship with a man like you. I educate you on setting the tone early in order to reduce and possibly eliminate any and all behaviors that could potentially cause trouble in your relationship down the road. In Part 3, I instruct you on how to set and enforce boundaries and expectations. I teach you how to be direct when communicating your expectations in such a way that leaves nothing to interpretation. Part 4 will cover the sexual side of your relationship, how to dominate her sexually, and how you can make yourself unforgettable to her even if you're not the most well-endowed lover she's ever been with, will be discussed extensively. I will also teach you the ins and outs of deep conversion game, which is the art of verbally and physically dominating her body, her mind, and her soul. And finally, Part 5 will teach you how not to sabotage your relationship, how to maintain it, and what to do on the off chance that your woman gets out of line or out of pocket. Now, it's very important for you guys to understand that this course is based on personal experience. I'm not giving you guys hypotheticals or theories. These are techniques I use in my own relationship to this day, and anyone who follows me has seen that my techniques work and work well. Now, this isn't a cheat code or a magic bullet either, guys. This course isn't a turn her into the woman you've always wanted using this one weird trick, or how to make any woman your sexy, submissive sex slave with these 3 magical phrases. No. That's not what this is. So if that's what you're looking for, keep your money. To train a woman to look, act, and submit like a woman should takes time, hard work, consistency, and maintenance. If you are willing to put in the work, go to donovansharpe.com/courses to get your hands on the only relationship guide that actually works by the only man who has shown that it works. Again, that's donovansharpe.com/courses. The link is in the description. Welcome back to the show, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around. You are watching the 538th edition of TSR Live on Christmas Eve, and yes, I will be on the air tomorrow. Those of you guys who have followed me over the years know that I do work. I often do work on holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's Day, and so forth. So make sure you set a reminder for tomorrow's show on Christmas Day. That is tomorrow at noon Eastern. Big thanks again goes out to Darius Isaac with the $10 super chat. Says, keep spitting these facts. Shout out goes to Pro George, who is a new member. Freelance Ronan, who is also a new member. I thought that Freelance was already a member. Freelance Ronan is the original TSR OG. Curtis Bender, who just signed up, he's a new member. Will S., appreciate the support, is a new member. And Curtis Bender, who is a new member. Shout out to my mod squad, the Neg1, Sharpe Assist, BK from the Rockies, CJ Mutters in the house, Kyle Mitchell from down in the MIA, Young Lions Perspective. Good to see you guys in here, as usual. Make sure I didn't forget anybody. Again, you guys have access to the priority line, which I will be opening up here shortly. The other phone line is open. But I'm not going to flash that number up on the screen quite yet. I do have a caller in the queue, area code 779. You'll be the first up in the queue after the next commercial break. But I appreciate you guys being in here today for this special Christmas Eve show. Excellent. All right, well, let's get to my next topic of the day. And that is the asymmetry of sexual attraction and how women are absolutely getting it dead fucking wrong. Feminism, gentlemen, has many fundamental flaws as far as what it stands for within the confines of its ideologies, right? Feminists wants females to think that women are equal to men physically, mentally, and intellectually, which directly and indirectly indicates, say that 3 times fast, that females should be treated with the same reverence and respect that men do for having these characteristics. Feminism also endorses the idea that females should put off marriage and motherhood in favor of pursuing careers. They push the bullshit wage gap myth. The list goes on and on. I actually had a male feminist get the jump on me yesterday. He called up and he buttered me up with, well, I agree with most of what you said, and I let my guard down a little bit. Then I figured out that he was a male feminist. He endorses this wage gap bullshit. The list goes on and on. But the biggest and most dangerous defect in their overall mission is that sexual attraction is not symmetrical. In other words, they want us to believe that they believe that the things that make us attractive to them will make us will make them attractive to us. And guys, I'm here to tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. And because women believe this bullshit and they drink the feminist Kool-Aid, they do their best to embody masculine traits. And as a result, sexual relations between men and women is one giant shit show. Guys, I'm here to tell you. And you guys, listen, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. There has never been a time in human history where the sexual marketplace, as far as dating, marriage, relationships, and families, has been worse. The divorce rates are through the roof. Way too many children are born out of wedlock, which means we have an entire generation of people raised by single mothers. Women are cheating with impunity and not feeling an ounce of guilt for it. Nobody takes relationships seriously, and they bail at the first sign of trouble. I mean, again, the list goes on and on, guys. Now, there are many reasons the sexual marketplace is a fucking cesspool, but the number one reason for this is men and women alike acting as though sexual attraction is symmetrical. Females think that masculine traits like physical strength, brashness, a don't give a fuck attitude, and a diversified portfolio means that they'll have men lining up around the block to get a chance to fight 100 other men to win the right to ask for her hand in marriage. On the other hand, we've got men out here thinking that feminine traits like vulnerability, sensitivity, and submissiveness will win the love, respect, and loyalty of attractive women. With all this bullshit information going around, guys, it's no wonder why females can't find a man outside of a one-night stand or a fuck buddy arrangement. And an increasing number of men are becoming what we like to call scabs and voluntary celibates. I don't know. I kind of debunked that myth yesterday. Got some guys starting relationships with sex dolls, right? Now, I can take care of the male side of this particular quagmire right now. Guys, stop acting like fucking females. Stop acting like women. Stop telling women about your hopes and dreams. Stop telling them about your feats. Stop being vulnerable. Stop being afraid to pull her hair, smack her ass, call her names when you're fucking the life out of her. Quit being afraid to be a man. There. Problem solved. Now, women, on the other hand, cannot be helped. Actually, let me rephrase that. They can be helped, but they don't want to be helped. Because, again, they're thinking they get it right, despite the fact that better than 1 out of 4 of them are on some sort of antidepressant or anti-anxiety medication. None of them can pair bond with a man because they sport fuck their way through their teens and 20s, and the only thing men take them seriously about is their ability to look, dress, and act like a slut during the 13 minutes they're getting pounded out. And after that, he's gone before she's discovered he's flushed the condom down the toilet and then realizes that she can't trap him with a kid to keep him around. Early on in game, I figured out something by accident. This was almost by accident. And let me stop the show here because Six Ball with a $100 super chat. Six Ball with the $100 super chat says, Merry Christmas to Donovan, Sharpe, and gents, stay strong, do your thing, be the best you moving forward. Hashtag this is the way. Six Ball with the $100 super chat. I appreciate that, Six Ball. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually the second large super chat you have sent me. Send me an email, and I'm going to send you some free stuff. I probably already have done this for you, but shoot me an email, and I will send you the video version of how to master the game. The video version of how to master the game, that is a $400 value. I'm going to give that to you absolutely free because you literally you donated $100 to the show. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I always appreciate the support, guys. TSR at DonovanSharpe.com, Six Ball, and I will get you your free copy of How to Master the Game video version. Anyway, early on in game, I figured something out by accident. And here's what it was. If you ask a girl what kind of woman she is, she will tell you what she is looking for in a man. Okay? Now, this is actually a female hack that I accidentally stumbled onto. But the thing is that it kept happening to me, right? I kept with the standard interview questions, like a fledgling player, like tweaking my game. I gotta stop the show again. Tim Taylor with a $250 super chat. Tim, I think that I've already given you unbelievable. So I got Six Ball and Tim Taylor with $100 and $250 super chats. And Tim, you know what? It's funny. I think I sent you a few courses. I'm gonna check my records, and whatever course that you don't have, right? I'm gonna send it to you absolutely free. I really, really do appreciate the support, guys. It's guys like you are the reason why I'm on the air. I really do appreciate that. Six Ball and Tim Taylor in here making it rain. They're in here making it rain. And listen, man, if they're going to make it rain in here, I got no problems bending over in a thong and scooping up that money. I'll be that stripper. All jokes aside, though, I greatly, greatly appreciate the super chat. Tim Taylor. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He says, keep educating, man. Appreciate that. Thank you guys very, very much. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you. So every single time when I would do, I did all these standard internet questions, or these interview questions, right? And we all ask these questions early on in game. What kind of man are you looking for? What kind of relationship are you looking for? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Blah. What kind of woman are you? Blah, 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 blah. Every single time I asked what kind of females they were, they would tell me. But the thing was, none of it was true. None of it was true. What I learned was that they were giving me a blueprint of what kind of man they wanted. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Looks like my internet kind of dipped out there a little bit. Okay. All right. I'm looking at my internet speed. My internet looks to be okay. All right. All right. Don't sweat it. Have no fear. It looks like I'm back up, but if there's anything I've learned, I cannot rely on Xfinity internet. I absolutely cannot rely on this. So if my stream goes down, I'm going to start another stream immediately, and you guys will all be notified of that, because this is a very good part of the show. Anyway, what I learned about these women telling me about who they were as women is that they were giving me a blueprint of what kind of man they wanted, okay? One girl said she was huge into fitness, but she wasn't really in the greatest shape. She wasn't fat, right? But she wasn't in great shape either. She was one of the lucky ones. She carried a little more body weight, but still had kind of an hourglass figure. She was young. That's probably why she was fortunate in that way. One girl said that she was competitive and mentally strong. She clearly was not. Another girl said that she was sadistic. Now, her telling me she was sadistic, that told me that she liked rough sex, guys. And listen, the fact that when I say she liked rough sex, guys, that is an understatement. This was Julie. This wasn't Julie. This was another girl. This girl liked to be slapped, choked. She liked me to bite her tits, dude. She liked me to call her names. She liked to be spit on. Here's another thing. She was a major fucking cokehead, man. Dude, honestly, like when I think about it, man, I think she had like 3 jobs at the mall. You know, she's bouncing around from job to job. I actually met her when she was working at Claire's. She got fired from that job and then worked for a shoe store, and then had to get a second job at the Gap or American Eagle or something. Anyway, but this chick she was a dumpster fire, man. I mean, she really was. I literally abused this chick in the worst way, and she couldn't get enough, guys. She was almost as bad as Juliet. Like, I used her as a human toilet and treated her like absolute dog shit. Couldn't get enough. Now, here's the thing. This is weird. Now that I'm thinking about this is weird. Off the topic here. I actually thought she ghosted on me, right? Like, she stopped calling. I was like, all right, well, I guess she stopped ghosting on me. I cannot remember her name for the life of me. It's not Juliet, it's somebody else. Anyway, but it turns out that she spent like 6 months in jail for getting busted for cocaine possession for like the 3rd time that year. And the judge finally said, enough is enough. I'm not sending you to rehab anymore. Your ass is going to sober up behind bars. Kyle Mitchell says, cokehead girls are fun in bed. Yes, the fuck they are. They are all kinds of fun. But when she told me she was sadistic, what she was telling me is that she wanted a man who physically punished her during sex. Like, this is how this is. So when women describe themselves to you, they're telling you what they want and need in a man, right? Different females have different preferences, but they all look for it in the same ways. And one of these ways is describing the man that they want when asked what kind of women that they are. In that same vein, I actually think something else. Back in the summer of 2016, I wrote an article for Return of Kings entitled 3 Ways the OJ Simpson Saga Confirms Red Pill Truth. And I wrote that article in the wake of the release of what's probably one of the greatest sports documentaries in history, which was entitled OJ Made in America. That, of course, was under the banner of the ESPN 30 for 30 brand. Anyway, OJ Made in America is the final word on all things OJ Simpson as far as I'm concerned. But there was a seemingly insignificant part of that particular documentary that would only catch the eye of red pill aware men. And it's part of an interview with longtime friend of Nicole Brown Simpson by the name of Robin Greer. And what Robin says in this part of the interview is another example of why women have no idea that sexual attraction is not symmetrical between men and women. I'm going to pull the clip up here. Take a look and listen.
I think there was something about her that was almost unattainable to him. Something that he couldn't quite control. And I think that that was part of the attraction. And I think in the final analysis, that's what got her killed.
Okay. Now, oh, wait a minute. Put that down. There we are. There we go. Now, just as a side note, part of what got her killed, the reason why she got killed is because OJ found out she was fucking Marcus Allen. OJ knew that Nicole had fucked other guys around town, but OJ's a big black athlete. Apparently, he had a huge dick, and as long as, that's the thing, as long as your girl doesn't cheat on you with someone who is equal or greater to you, you don't really have a problem with it, right? Like, that's just how it is. But when she found out that she was fucking Marcus Allen, he told her, you fuck with him one more time, I'm going to kill you. Well, she filed for divorce. They moved out. She fucked him one more time or was seeing him again. Allegedly, that's what happened. Hashtag OJ did it. Hashtag you know he did it. Anyway, moving on. So, unattainable. Going back to what Robin Greer said, unattainable? Nicole Brown was unattainable? The first time OJ laid eyes on Nicole, she was 18 years old. And in that moment, he turned and said to his friend, I'm going to marry that girl. And he did just that. Then he put 2 kids in her. Okay? Nicole was anything but unattainable to a man like OJ, guys. He saw what he wanted. He declared his intent to possess her. And then he fucking did it. Nicole Brown Simpson was as kept as any female has ever been. OJ was attracted to her because she was hot and submissive. And yes, Nicole Brown was, dude, she was hot. Holy shit, man. Not because she was uncontrollable or unattainable. No, OJ was the one who couldn't be controlled. OJ was the one who was unattainable. That's why Nicole was attracted to OJ. Like most women, Robin Greer likes the bad boys, and her attraction to those men was evident during that interview. Nicole Brown Simpson was quite literally the opposite of what Robin Greer described, not knowing that she was describing OJ. This is what all women do, guys. They project what they want in a man onto themselves. This is what I like to call inverse projection. Women get this aspect completely wrong because of feminism, guys. Feminism tells women not to get married right away. Feminism tells women not to pursue careers. Feminism tells women to gain status. Feminism tells women to gain assets so they're set up financially. Feminism tells women to sleep around to get experience and get it out of their system. But what feminism is describing is the kind of man feminism wants. Man, listen, a man who isn't under a woman's thumb because of a marriage. That's what women want. They want a man who has a shit together financially. Guys, they want a man who's traveled the world and has a lot of cool stories to tell. And of course, they want a man who is experienced sexually. Feminism tells women that this is what men are attracted to, and women blindly follow this. Guys, they blindly follow it. Then at 38, they're asking, well, why am I single? I'm a career woman. I'm well-traveled. I have a lot of experience, and I have a good 401k. Why do men not want to marry me? Then her friends lie to her and tell her shit like, well, don't worry, girl. Men are just intimidated by you. They can't handle a real woman like you. Mr. Right is out there somewhere, knowing good and goddamn well they're asking the same things because they're in the same predicament. The point is, guys, is that sexual attraction is not symmetrical. The things that make women attractive to men are different than the things that make men attracted to women. Listen, women are attracted to men who are mentally strong, physically strong, financially stable, have their shit together, have a plan to dominate life. Men who know how to handle women, men who have fucked a lot of women. A 20-year-old Tinder slut or a 20-year-old slut on Twitter trying to convince us that she thinks virginal men are more attractive or are more attractive than men who have slept with 100 dudes. I remember this a while back. I think the girl's name was, what the hell was her name? I forgot what her name was. But she put up this poll. Which is more attractive, a man who slept with 100 women or a man who's a virgin? Who the fuck are you trying to fool with that? Even blue pill guys are like, no, bitch, you're totally wrong. But what they do not realize is that they're not attracted to the same things. Men can say whatever they want, guys, but we don't want women who act like men. The phone lines are open right now, guys. The phone lines are open right now. And at the end of this segment, and a short commercial break, I will be taking your phone calls. I also have the priority line open as well, 914-205-5356. The world tells women to act like men, and they'll be irresistible to the highest value men, and that's simply not true, guys. They tell women to be competitive. Christine Leahy, who used to work for Colin Cowherd. I've been highly critical of her. She's one of the hosts. She's the host of some ridiculous show on FS1 called Fair Game, where she basically goes and interviews athletes in their homes, and who knows how many guys she's banging then, right? Anyway, she used to say all the time, I'm super competitive. No, you're not. You're a hot blonde who's never had to work for anything in your life because of the way you look. Now, I ain't mad at you because you hit the genetic lottery. But to lie and say you're competitive is patently false based solely on the way you look. The only thing females who look like her are competitive about are getting with men like me. That's it. There isn't a competitive bone in her body. She is on TV because she's hot. She never played organized sports. She said that. Oh, but she was a cheerleader. She's not competitive, and she knows it, guys. She didn't get to where she is by being competitive. She is a hot female who happens to know how to string two sentences together and show up for work every day and follow a man's lead. She's actually replaced on the Colin Cowherd, on the Herd by Colin Cowherd, by Joy Taylor, because Colin just got tired of her acting smarter than she was. Like most other beautiful women, she thinks that just because men want to fuck her, that they must also respect her opinion, and that's just not true, guys. Men listen to her intently with their eyebrows furrowed because they want her to think they're listening, but all they're thinking about is butt fucking her while pulling her hair while she screams his name. That's it. Anyway, we do not want competitive women, guys. It's unattractive. We don't want a driven female. We don't want strong women. We want femininity. We want girly girls. Women misunderstand what female strength is. They think that the world admires masculine traits in women the same way they admire masculine traits in men. And they're reminded every day that this is just not true. A man is described as a leader who is demanding and on point. Guess what? That same female is described as bossy, described as bitchy. A man who's described as a no-nonsense guy who gets right to the point is described as a bitch if she's a woman. Right? And women who bitch and complain that they're not getting treated equally for the same behaviors, of course not. You're a woman. And when women act like men, it's going to rub people the wrong way, whether they know it, admit it, or not. You want to know what real female strength is? Let's talk a little bit about what real female strength is. Real female strength is standing by her man, not to prop him up, but standing by her man going through a tough time, right? I'm here to help. I'm here for you. Female strength is restraining themselves from being sluts. Sluts are weak-minded. They're doing what's easy. It's easy to be a slut. Doesn't take any discipline, doesn't take any effort. Female strength is not devaluing herself by being a slut. That is real female strength. It is very difficult not to be a hoe, guys. But any woman who is not a hoe is doing something that is not easy, okay? They get dick thrown at them all day, every day. Their friends are sluts. Women on TV are sluts. Sluts are glorified. They have their own marches. But if she exercises sexual temperance, you can bet your ass that's not busy. Dude, trust and believe. She thinks about blowing Kevin in sales all the time. But she knows it's a bad idea for many reasons. So she tells him she doesn't want to go to lunch with him for the 5th consecutive day. And guess what? Kevin's not giving up. So it's going to continue to not be easy. That's the kind of strength we're attracted to, ladies. We're not attracted to a woman who can squat twice her body weight. We're not attracted to women who can go shot for shot with anybody on tequila night. We're not attracted to women who brag about their kill streaks on Call of Duty. We're not attracted to women who are overly bossy, ambitious women. We're not attracted to the die-hard sports fans. No, we're attracted to women who look, act, and conduct themselves as feminine, attractive women. The bottom line here is that we are not attracted to women who have masculine characteristics. The problem is that women have absolutely no clue because of what the world tells them all day, every day. We got women in their 40s who are honestly confused as to why they're single. They don't get it. They have no idea. Then in the very same breath that she complains, she mentions all of her qualities and doesn't realize that all of the qualities she's mentioning, those are all masculine traits, guys. All of the qualities she thinks she has are what she wants in a man. The disconnect here is that men are telling these women that this is what they want. But women haven't opened their eyes and closed their legs long enough to realize that the men who are telling them this are not the men they're attracted to. Men who verbally declare and openly talk about wanting a woman or wanting a woman who is feminine and submissive to them, those are the men that these women want. But they haven't figured out that they're taking their cues from men they wouldn't give the time of day. It's so obvious, it's ridiculous. But women still haven't figured this out. So they're listening to the man they wouldn't fuck in a million years, but not listening to the men they want to be with. Then they wonder why these men don't keep them around. That's the disconnect, guys. They're taking their cues from the wrong people. This is their fault because they're taking their cues from the wrong people. It's like taking relationship advice from a woman who's been divorced twice, has 3 kids by 4 different men, right? It's like taking fitness advice from a fat guy or taking financial advice from someone who's broke with bad credit. Just doesn't make any sense. Now, on some level, I do feel sorry for some of these women because they've been led astray. But on the other hand, they're taking advice from the wrong people, and that's their own damn fault, man. They haven't figured it out yet. They're embracing an ideology that clearly isn't working for them or anybody else. Men don't want them. They're on antidepressants. Their lives are miserable. Okay? They're not close to marriage material, but they still want to strike the Rosie the Riveter pose and talk about anything you can do, I can do better. This is exactly why they need men who are red pill aware. But like most things when it comes to women, I am not holding my breath. I take your phone calls and answer super chats on the other side of the break. We're back in a few. Guys, if you are looking for a supplement that gives you laser focus and a good, clean, controlled energy to get a lot done in a short period of time, Gorilla Mind Rush is the solution. I tried it for the very first time a few months back, and I've used it ever since. Just 3 tablets in the morning, and my mind and body work at peak operating efficiency. You guys know how crazy my schedule is, but with Gorilla Mind Rush, I'm able to prepare for my show, do my consultations, and then go lift weights for 2 hours. When I'm finished, I still have enough mental and physical energy left to continue kicking life's ass. Here's how it works, guys. 15 minutes after you take Gorilla Mind Rush, you start to notice a subtle change in your mindset. 15 minutes after that, you'll notice that you are much more focused, you're thinking more clearly, you'll be a little more energetic, and your motivation to be productive goes up. An hour in, you'll feel noticeably more focused and can concentrate even with distractions around. You'll feel less stressed and less anxious. After 90 minutes, you are in full Gorilla Mind Rush mode. Your focus, concentration, and your memory will be far beyond your normal state, and you will stay this way for at least 6 hours. And get this, guys, there is no crash. That's right, you get all the benefits of your mind being hyper-focused for a long period of time without the cliff when it wears off. Using other productivity supplements like modafinil is kind of like putting 10 gallons of gas in your tank and driving 400 miles. Now this is great. That's 40 mpg, which is awesome gas mileage. Most people would take 40 miles a gallon any day of the week, myself included. But with Gorilla Mind Rush, I'm able to drive 750 miles on the same 10 gallons of gas. That's the best way I can describe it, guys. That's how efficiently your mind works on Gorilla Mind Rush. You get a lot done without burning through your mind's fuel so quickly that you run out of gas before your day is done. So rather than slowing down at mile 400 like you do with other compounds, you've still got plenty left in the tank to continue being productive with Gorilla Mind Rush. Another great thing about Gorilla Mind Rush is that it's non-habit forming. If you use it, you're Superman. If you don't, you're Clark Kent. There's no withdrawal if you do not take it. If you need this kind of focus, energy, and productivity while also supporting the show, go to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush. I put the link in the chat, and you can also find it in the description. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for sticking around. Area code 779-973-562 and 336. You guys are next in the queue. You guys are next up in the queue. 779-973-562, 336. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. I will shout out my super chats, and then we will get to the phone lines here. Let's see who we've got here. So again, big thanks once again goes out to Sixball with the $100 super chat, and of course Tim Talo, I hope that's how I pronounce that, with the $250 super chat. Curtis Bender with the $5 super chat says, the red pill life has motivated me to improve all aspects of my life. Working on my master's degree now thanks to you and your content. I appreciate that. I really, really enjoy hearing that my content has helped men improve their lives, right? Like, and again, we all find the red pill because of women. It's either heartbreak, sexual frustration, or some combination of both, right? But when I hear about guys who are improving their lives outside of just women, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's when you really, really know you've sort of taken and digested the red pill. So good for you, Curtis, for improving your life in that way. Shashwat Oja with the, he's a new member, so shout out to, how do I pronounce that? Shashwat. I'll call it Shashwato. Shashwato. Just became a member of TSR Towers. Appreciate that. Peter B with the $5 super chat says, keep up the great work. Keep up the good work. This information is priceless. Thank you very much. Freelance Ronin, the original TSR OG, says a nickel bag for the nickel bag of funk for the tip jar. TSR always in full effect. Freelance Ronin, who has followed me since the beginning. The Neg1 with a $10 super chat says, if she has daddy issues, she's going to call you daddy. If she has drug addiction, she will do anything for the drug. If she sluts around, her idea of relationships is being with everyone. Wow. That is very interesting. I think there is absolutely some truth to that. Listen, and again, sluts don't know any other way to exist. All they know is fucking a lot of guys all the time. That's it. So your idea of a relationship is going to be very different from their idea of a relationship, simply because of their lifestyle. Very good comment. Shashwat O, with the 400, I believe that's Indian rupees. I think that's roughly like, what, $5.50? With the $5.50 super chat, he says, you are great, man. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Chief Raka with the $3 super chat. I appreciate that as well. I'm going to come to the phone lines here in just a second. Let me go back to the chat here. Kyle Mitchell says a 30-year-old Tinder slut or a 32-year-old SSRI Bumble girl is not my fantasy. That's funny. Freelance Ronin says a mannish acting woman is about as attractive as a case of ringworm. Ew, God, that's gross. God almighty. The Neg1 says, going on 6 months with the red pill and have been more and more disgusted with the media. I'm about to cancel streaming subscriptions. This shit is toxic. The Neg1, I don't want you to do the scorched earth thing. I know when you start, like when you find the red pill and you're in sort of an anger phase, like I'm gonna get rid of this, I'm gonna get rid of that. Listen, if you want to do that, that's your choice. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you that that's the wrong thing to do, but keep in mind that there is tremendous value understanding what the wrong thing is, right? Like, listen, I still go to the movies. I still watch TV. I see red pill truth all the time, right? I watch shows like The Bachelorette, Survivor, even sports. There's blue pill, beta bitch boy stuff going on all the time, right? Now, listen, don't get me wrong. If you want to boycott Gillette because they are literally attacking masculinity, understand that completely. That's a product. But I would be very careful about stopping the consumption of mainstream media. Again, we need to stay up on that. Listen, if that's what you want to do, that's perfectly fine. I understand that. But understand that there is a little bit of value in understanding the opposite of what the red pill has to offer. If anything, watching mainstream media, TV shows, movies, et cetera, that will sort of, I don't want to say strengthen your resolve. That will reaffirm your red pill beliefs. So just, listen, I understand how you feel. Just, if I were you, I would probably think about that for a little bit longer. All right, let us go to the phone lines. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Let's go to area code 779. Area code 779, you're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good. Yeah, first I just wanted to call and give you a shout out for hooking me up with this red pill stuff. I've been in it about a good 2 years or so, reading stuff and starting to apply it to my life in the last year or so. So I just want to give a shout out to you, obviously Steve the Dean for the chest punches that he provides as well, and Rolo and everybody else in the old Red Man group.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to shout out and let the guys know on the line and who are listening that when you really follow these principles, it really can make a big difference. I'm kind of a younger guy. I'm 25.
Okay.
I've been in about a 5-year relationship.
Okay.
I got into a relationship long-term before finding your material. So I kind of used your material to boost my relationship and make it, into the kind of relationship that I want to be committed to and I want to be in.
Good.
And kind of form my woman around that. It went from basically a no-sex relationship to about to break up, about to, do all these things while we were living together. And through just following a few principles, I kind of turned it around, regained the frame in the relationship, and basically she does what I want when I want it.
Good. Very good. Very, very good.
So,
She
cooks, she cleans, everything.
Okay, good. What was the turning point? Before I let you go, I'll give you the last word on this. What was the turning point in your relationship? What was the event? Obviously, you found the red pill. You got things back in order. When was the point to where she went from where she was to where she is now?
When I started asserting my frame,
Okay.
we actually got in a big fight because I had been drunk a few times.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Basically blackout drunk, and her mom was an alcoholic, so she had a big problem with that. So she tried to basically give me an ultimatum in the relationship of either you're going to quit drinking at the age of 23 or we're going to be over. And I said, fuck you, I don't take ultimatums. I packed my shit, went and stayed with a friend. The next day she called me on the phone crying. We met up, we fucked.
Boom.
And it's been pretty much great since then.
Listen, what you just said there, and thank you very much for the call, area code 779. Excellent testimonial. He handled that perfectly, okay? His girl gave him an ultimatum. If you don't stop drinking, then we are done. You know what he did? He took the power away. He said, fuck you. You don't tell me what to do. I'm out of here now. That was step one. What finished the job was the fact that he actually left. He called her on her bullshit. Fuck you, I'm out of here. He actually packed his shit and he got the fuck up out of there. Most guys will say, well, fuck you, I'm leaving. Then they go stay with a friend, then they end up calling their girl back, hey, let's talk about this. As soon as you do this, your leverage is out the door. I've got a consultation client right now who's having problems with his now ex-girlfriend. She lied to him. So you know what he did? He dumped her. But now he's freaking out because he wants her back. He's like, Donovan, what should I do? I dumped her. I feel like I made a big mistake. I'm afraid she's going to go off and fuck someone else. I said, look, dude, if you're going to dump a girl, you need to be ready to walk the fuck away. Don't dump her with the intent of getting a reaction from her. Dump her because she fucking lied and she needs to be out the fucking door. If you're going to dump someone, if you're going to walk away, make sure you fucking mean it. When you are handling your woman, always be ready to walk away. Don't be ready to look like you're walking away. Be ready to walk the fuck away. Oh, you lied to me? That's it. I'm out. You call her back 2 hours later, all your leverage is gone. What's she going to continue to do? Lie to you. Same with this guy. She says, well, fuck you. If you don't stop drinking at 23, we're over. All right, fine. He goes and stays with his friend an hour and a half later. Hey, listen, I might want to stop drinking. Well, guess what? They'll get back together. But then it goes from stopping drinking to, here's what you're going to wear. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you hanging out with your friends. I don't want you watching this. And now she has full control. And now her legs snap shut because you're now a bitch boy. She's the man and she's the male and you're the female. She's dictating to you. No, He said, fuck this, I'm out. And he actually followed through with it. Stayed with a friend. She called him up crying. Let's talk about this. The rest is history. Excellent testimonial, man. Excellent. Never, ever do something you are not prepared to do. Very good story there. Let's go to area code 973. 973, you're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, it's Greg. What's up?
Hey, Greg, what's going on, man?
Good. I want to touch on that guy who said, I want to cancel my subscription. I'm going to tell you this. Don't touch that dial just yet.
Okay.
Because I just watched 2 commercials, one from Jared's and one from Kay, this morning.
Jesus
and I saw
Christ.
the red pill right there. He said something like they were doing the Christmas jingle, and he said, I can't live without you.
Oh.
And she's like, I'm so... No, we do not do that here.
No.
And I saw the Kay Jewelers one where he's like, I want to ask you if I can marry you. And he's talking to her son,
fucking
and
kid.
Says, you're not marrying just her. You're
marrying her whole
entire
world. Oh my God.
I said, fuck that. I said, fuck this. You know what? And I started, no. Look, dude, I understand where you're coming from with this, but dude, just ease out of it a little bit, but then come back when you're stopped being angry.
Yes.
I'm telling you this because I'll touch on it on my podcast, why we should just watch it for the notes. Always take notes. That's what I do.
Absolutely.
I understand where he's coming from. So, that's where I, have to say that. But that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, Donovan.
All right, appreciate that, Greg. Yeah, listen, Greg makes again, he's making the same point that I made. And again, I understand the anger. You want to remove yourself from this mainstream media bullshit. You don't want to be stuck within I get it. But it's very, very important to consume this stuff on the regular, because here's the thing, man. They're changing their tactics. They change their tactics all the time. You see, before it was slut walks and I'm a feminist and this and that and the other. Then they started to infiltrate the movies. Then they started to infiltrate sports. Now they're infiltrating movies and sports. A female Captain Marvel. They have completely and totally feminized the Star Wars trilogy. There is an all-female cast of Ghostbusters. There are talks of an all-female Fight Club. What? Are you serious? This is why you have to, and again, take some time. Just like Greg said, don't unsubscribe. Just take a break from it for a few months, get out of the anger phase, and then come back when you're of sound mind. Guys who are the best with women, guys who are kicking life's ass, they understand what the enemy is doing. This is what you have to do. You have to know who your enemy is and how they work. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 562. Area code 562, you're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, it's Tim. Can you hear me?
Hey, Tim, what's up, man? Good. Yes.
Not much. I just had a bunch of thoughts on something real quick.
Okay.
So I've been on the dating scene for well over a decade now.
Wow.
But one thing I've started to notice, initially when I was younger, I tried to date girls who were much closer to my age. I had hang-ups about dating girls who were much younger. But as the older I've gotten, the more I've realized most girls that are over 25 are just broken.
Yep.
It's really, really rare I come across a girl that's gotten past that age that hasn't been before. She's been put through the ringer. She's run through so many guys. She's got divorced. She's got kids. Just all sorts of shit. So I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are, more or less just sticking generally to younger women. That's what I try and do these days.
Yeah, listen, my thoughts are as far as dating is concerned, don't date older women, just fuck them, right? So there are a lot of good-looking older women out there in their 30s and 40s, right? But don't get into relationships with them, just fuck them, right? Spin these women ass plates. Don't give them anything more than your dick in 5 minutes to get her clothes back on. What were you going to say?
Generally speaking, in my experience, they're not even worth that. You talk about younger girls, especially when they're like 18, 19, 20, 21,
yeah.
They're eager.
Yes.
They want to be taught. I've been in King for years. I train women.
Okay.
They want to be trained. They have the desire to be trained. Teaching them is easy. It's fun.
Right.
You can just dive into it and have fun. Older women, no. They're broken on feminism. They've been broken through life. They've run through so much that sex doesn't have near the appeal to them anymore because they just had 10 million guys. It's just... There's no fixing them. They're not even worse sex at that point, to be quite honest.
Okay,
the younger ones are so much more fun, so much easier.
Yeah, they're tighter, they're younger. Yeah. Listen, my thoughts on that are, yeah, absolutely. If you can gorge on just a steady diet of women under the age of 25, yeah, then why in the world would you ever date women in their 30s and 40s? I totally 100% agree. And that's the thing that a lot of guys, and thanks for the call, area code 562, a lot of guys think that going into the jungle and hunting cougars, because don't get me wrong, there are a lot of women in their late 30s, early 40s who are absolutely fuckable. There's some hot 38-year-olds, there's some hot 42, 43-year-olds, right? They're the exceptions to the rule, but they're out there. But just like this caller said, they are broken. They look good, right? But in 5 to 10 years, they're not going to look so good, number one. Number two, they've been tainted. This is the advantage of getting with younger girls. Younger girls haven't been around long enough to be tainted. Okay, younger girls are sluts, but a girl who is 18 years old has slept with far fewer guys than a woman who's 28. A woman who's 18 years old, I don't know, maybe slept with 5 guys, 6 if she's a super hoe, right? At 28, dude, that's 365, man. I mean, dude, she's probably slept with close to 400 guys. There is a big difference between a woman who has slept with 5 guys and 555 guys. There's a big difference in the way an 18-year-old looks and feels from the inside and the outside, and a 28, a 38, or even a 48-year-old woman does. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you absolutely listen, if you can gorge on a steady diet and buffet of younger women, I would do that. I mean, dude, why fuck older women when you can fuck younger women? Totally true. Freelance Running in the chat just said, yeah, cougars are overrated. Yeah, they absolutely are. I did I think it was, I forget which episode it was, but I talked about the cougar myth, right? The pros and cons of dating cougars, dating older women. Oh, and by the way, on my website, DonovanSharpe.com is a I've actually embedded my YouTube channel on my website, and you can actually search my videos you can't search my videos on YouTube, right? But you can search my YouTube videos on my website. Just go to DonovanSharpe.com. I forget which section it is. I think it's the video archive or whatever. There's a search bar. So if you type in cougars, the pros and cons of dating older women, et cetera, that's how that goes. So yeah, listen, good call there by area code 562. Let's go to area code 336. Area code 336, you're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Yes, this is area code 336.
You got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Donovan?
Doing good.
Hey, I actually just got put on the red pill material, I would say about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And it's almost like I see it everywhere outside of relationships and everything. But it's like I see it in the context of politics, especially with this whole transgender movement that's going on. That's a whole nother topic.
Sure.
But I would say the one thing that the red pill, and I just wanted to get your opinion on this, but the one thing that the red pill has, and I feel like I'm slowly getting out of this anger phase now and accepting things for what they are. And one thing that I'm seeing with the red pill is that the crux of it is it teaches you how to understand the main motive of things.
Yes. Yes.
And I wanted your opinion on that.
You're talking about the main motive of things or the main motive of women?
Well, I mean, you could apply it to women, but like I said, with it, I kind of all of a sudden now seeing red pill like truths or issues in everything. Like I said, even with politics.
Well, give me an example.
Even with, like for example, with women, with this whole feminist movement, we can stay on that topic. With this whole feminist movement with women, at the end of the day, it's the end goal for them, or the reasoning is control. It has nothing to do with equal playing field for everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I would go on, for example, the transgender topic. I've realized that it has nothing to do with them feeling like a man is a woman or whatever. The crux of it is it's homosexual men wanting the ability to sleep with decent looking heterosexual men.
Right.
And that is the crux of it. And
right.
And I just kind of seen that played out and just thought everything in life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man. One thing that you will quickly figure out about the red pill is that it's just like you said, caller. It permeates every part of our lives and our culture. Just like you said, the whole transgender thing. Like, dude, there are girls who are now speaking out against biological male athletes. They're kicking their ass all over track and field and wrestling, and they're like, well, hey, wait a minute, like, we can't compete anymore because these men these guys who now identify as women are kicking our ass because they have male DNA. And my response to that is, well, y'all were the main bitches who were endorsing that, right? Like the main people who endorse, well, everybody is equal, and if they want to be transgender, okay, that's fine. You can do that if you want to. But now on the other side of that coin, now you got to deal with it, right? Like the same girl who endorsed, well, if Bobby wants to become, if Bobby wants to become Barbara, then he should be able to do that. Okay, well then when you got to face Barbara, who used to be Bobby, in the octagon or on the competitive playing field, now it's a problem, right? And this just goes to show, the red pill, again, shows that women want it both ways. They want all the benefits without any of the consequences. The red pill, you can see it on TV shows, the commercials that the guy was talking about. The red pill permeates every part of your life. It is constant. And, the analogy of the Matrix is so apropos because that's exactly what it is. It's like what we're in, like what the world tells us is real and what's not, is 100% incorrect. And only when you take the red pill, so to speak, can you start to see things in the Matrix code. And I think that's the stage you're at now. You're like, dude, I took the red pill 6 months ago and things were a little bit weird. I learned Kung Fu in 10 minutes, just like Neo did. I got in a couple of red pill fights, but now I'm at the point where, I take off my blue pill goggles and I now see the code. I now see things for what they really are. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's kind of where I'm at now, and like I said, it's just getting to the acceptance phase of okay.
Yep.
It is what it is. What things are, especially in my small town here of High Point, North Carolina.
Wait a minute. Stop right there. Wait, hold on. Stop right there. Stop right there. Hold on. You are in High Point, North Carolina?
That's right.
That's where I went to school, man. I went to school at High Point University. One of my best friends went to Andrews High School. I used to live in an apartment complex called Ambassador Court, 2500H Ambassador Court, High Point, North Carolina, 27262. Wow, it's a small fucking world.
It is, right?
How about that? Listen, I hate the state of North Carolina. I really do. But, gun to my head, if somebody says, hey, North Carolina is the only place that you can live, I'd live in one of two cities, High Point or Greensboro. Holy shit, go Panthers.
Huh, okay.
Thanks for the call, Air Code 336. Holy shit, man. Yeah. I went to High Point University. Didn't finish at High Point University. Good call, though. Good call. Big thanks goes out to Ricardo Rivas with a $5 and a $2 super chat. He says, the younger the butt, the tighter the hole. Happy holidays. Thank you for all your work, Donovan. Cougars know the game better, too. Yes. Hey, listen, man. Older women they are professional. A lot of guys say, well, I want to date older women because they don't have time to play games. Oh, yes, the fuck they do. Older women play the game. So even Devin, right? Devin's 36 years old, man. Even I can never be, when I was dating younger girls, I could be on autopilot with the red pill stuff because I don't really know the game. They know it a little bit. Dude, with Devin, Devin's 36, dude. She'll be 37 in wait a minute, how old is she? She just turned 35. She'll be 36 on February 11th, right? Wait, when was she born? 2/11/84 20. She'll be 36 in February. Okay? She'll be 36 in February. Dude, if I don't check her mentally, if I'm not mentally on my P's and Q's, dude, I'll miss a whole lot of stuff. She's an older woman, man. Older women play the game a lot better. Another $2 super chat from Ricardo Rivas. Big thanks goes out to Lero Signal 94 with the $15 super chat. Says, red pill content makes me realize that there is a conspiracy against masculinity, period. We really are in the Matrix. Men don't realize that every compromise on masculinity is quickening society's demise. Could not have said that better myself. New York's ninth wonder just became a member of the TSR Mod Squad. I appreciate you becoming a member. He is now a member of the TSR Mod Squad. Let me go ahead and make him a mod. Make him a moderator. I'm gonna do when I do these shows once a week. It'll be once a week, if that I'll open up the chat to the general public, and at that point, I'll have enough mods in there to really regulate things. But I really appreciate the support, guys, and you guys can sign up, of course, at youtube.com/Donovan Sharpe, or however you want to search it. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 773. You're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Donovan? It's me, Andrew Clark.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on the commercial bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's getting very serious. I've realized that many commercials now don't even have men in it, if not masculinity at all.
Right.
All work commercials now have females as lead workers now.
Yep.
They don't even have males. And
That's
if
right.
the males are there, they're just doing grunt work. It's getting bad, man.
And listen, you see it. This is why I tell guys you got to watch this stuff, because they're changing their tactics, right? Their tactics are really covert now. Like Steve the Dean actually highlighted a commercial. He actually put this up on his Facebook page. And thanks for the call, 773. And it's a couple of holiday commercials I want to point out. I was actually thinking about doing a couple of spoofs. So a man and a woman. It's a white guy and an Asian woman with short hair, right? And the smoke alarm's going off, and apparently they're cooking Christmas dinner, and Christmas dinner's gone all to shit, right? And it's going beep. And the way she looks at him, dude, she looks at her man, her husband, with an utter contempt and disrespect. Like, you fucked this up. And that, dude, it's like whenever I watch that commercial, I can't tell you what goes through my mind when I watch the look on that woman's face. If it would be a very bad day for the both of us if I was in a relationship with that woman. Well, I wouldn't be in a relationship with her anyway, because if I were, she wouldn't have short hair. But even if she had long hair, if she looked at me like that, it would be a bad day for the both of us. It would really be bad. That's how this goes, man. Women are constantly outwardly disrespecting men. Then there's another commercial where a woman, or a guy and a girl, they're relatively young. She's like, here, Merry Christmas. I got us a couple of matching watches, probably fucking $16 at Kohl's or some shit like that. And it's like, oh, great. I love it. Oh, he says, oh, like a fucking woman. He's like, you know what? I bought something for you too. Let's go outside. He buys a fucking black truck for himself and a red SUV for her. And he's like, Merry Christmas. She runs to his black truck and says, I love it. He says, but I bought that. She's like, I love it. Like, she declared the truck. He's like, well, okay, I like red. This motherfucker went out and spent all this goddamn money, right? He probably spent close to $80,000 in vehicles. I gotta shave my nose hair. Ooh, yeah. Dude, when you get into your 40s, your nose hair grows very, very quickly, and it itches you. But this dude spent $80,000, presumably, on 2 vehicles, and he says, look, bitch, I bought you this fucking car. Nope, I want the one that you bought for yourself. He's like, all right, well, I like red. Oh, my God. Yeah, 100%, man. Commercials are getting real bad, y'all. Real bad. All right, let's go to area code 647. Area code 647, you are on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
How's it going, Donovan?
Good, man. How about you?
Good. So I'm actually in my 30s, but I'm already having the nose hair thing happen.
Oh, dude, I swear to God. Dude, I gotta trim not only my nose hair, the hair that grows right under on my mustache. It grows very quickly, and it's almost like I have a cowlick in my top of my mustache, and when it gets long, it like tickles the front of my nose, and I'm like, it's fucking killing me. And then guys are like, oh, there's Donovan on cocaine. I'm like, no, it's not cocaine.
A sword fight.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
I got like a near sword fight between my nose hairs and the top of my mustache.
What's on your mind, man?
Okay, so I'm actually somebody that, if my introduction to the red pill, I would say I did find out about MGTOW health first. And in fact, I was somebody that did check out of the market completely for like several years, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
And yeah, recently, because I was, again, it was personal. It was hard for me to accept the whole red pill thing. And once I got past the rage phase, I did just, I kind of re-chose my purpose and wasn't so focused on women and self-improve just because that's basically what happens when you're thinking right.
Right.
And now it's just easy. It's easy to get when you understand and you're doing well. You
Right.
know? And I guess let me get to the point here. My question really is that now that I am like spinning plates, I'm trying to decide. Like, it's hard for me to verbalize some of these things with these females because I've never had these conversations before. As far as telling them exactly what I want to get out of them.
Okay. So
yeah, I guess that's it. Like, I'm considering trying to be exclusive for the first time in years, and it's very complicated to me as far as the approach because I am spinning plates. Now we got to a point where the one I'm most interested in, he has now had the same conversation, which, like you said, they all do eventually.
Sure.
If they like sleeping with you, they're gonna ask you to.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, so the one I like the most, she's now brought up this conversation, and I just decided to be honest because I am honest all the time, which
listen, I mean, the more, and here's the thing.
Them everything, but I don't want time for bullshit.
Right. So the girl you like the most is probably the girl that you're spending the most time with. Yeah. Listen, if you're having sex with a woman and you're spending more time with her than other women, yeah, listen, you're human. You're a man. You're gonna catch feelings with her. How old are you? How old is she?
I'm 34 and she's 30.
Okay. And how did that first conversation go? Just as quickly as you can. So she said, hey, where are we? What are we doing here? How'd that go?
Yeah, basically. I mean, just recently, she wanted to do it raw, and we did, and she kind of brought up the conversation after. Like,
okay.
Even though she could be just snowflaking, I do get the sense that she has some common sense about her. And which is like as much as credit as you could give a woman,
sure,
right? Like, she would rather not be a slut, I believe.
Listen, you're 100% right. Women don't want to be sluts, right? A girl could be fucking 5 guys. She doesn't want to be fucking 5. She wants to be fucking 1. Now, you're sleeping with other girls. Understand, she's probably sleeping with other guys, but she wants to be only with you, right? That's why she's making a play to get with you. Don't tell her, never ever tell a woman that you are thinking about a relationship with her. That's number 1. Number 2, when a woman brings this up to you, hey, what are we, blah, 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 be very vague, but be very honest. So when she tells you, hey, you know what, where's this thing going, blah, 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 you say, listen, I like you, you like me. I'm not going to, and tell her this, I'm not going to tell you that I haven't thought about a relationship with you, but I'm going to warn you, being in a relationship with a guy like me, it's not easy. Like, it's not easy being in a relationship with me, right?
And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across.
Well, hold on.
That's already helpful.
Right, exactly. So here's the thing. So she says, okay, well, what do you mean it's not easy? Well, give me an example. Okay. Unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. Okay? Right? She's gonna hesitate because no guy has ever asked her that before, right? The intent is not for her to hand you the phone. The intent is to see her reaction, right? So you say, unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. That's what I'm talking about, whatever your name is, right? You tell the girl, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
If you're gonna be in a relationship with me, you're gonna have to hand me your phone. You're gonna hand me your phone anytime I ask for it. If that's not something you don't feel like you can do, hey, no problem. I like you, you like me, we'll just keep things the way they are, right? I just want you to understand that being with a guy like me is really, really difficult. This is just how I am. If she says, well, oh my God, you're awfully extreme. Listen, I told you it's not easy being with a guy like me. If she continues to press on from there, then maybe you have a chance to maybe sort of parlay that into a relationship. I would highly recommend getting my audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, because if she makes it through all of that, then she's got potential. I'll give you the last word.
Oh, okay, well, I'll be honest with you. I appreciate the offer, and I probably will be looking into your course. But your conversation has been really helpful. And
Good.
I got to be honest, and almost like as a warning to guys, like with the MGTOW thing, that if you sit on the bench, you can get rusty.
That's right. That's right.
kind of what happened to me. And it literally, I'm good in conversation too, but literally even just how to approach the conversation where I started off on a strong foot is what I was looking for. And that suggestion is more than enough where even I can probably
well, there
create
you go.
something myself based on the inspiration.
Excellent. Excellent.
That is truly helpful. I mean, I appreciate your content and
absolutely, man.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, listen, he's right. And thanks for the call, area code 647. And I know we talked about, and I'm not going to call them MGTOWs, guys who decide to check out of the dating market. If you, and this is what I always tell guys to do. After you find the red pill and you digest it, and you know in your mind that red pill truth is what it is, which is absolutely truth, take anywhere between 6 months to a year and go into monk mode. Get off the grid. Don't worry about girls. Girls aren't going anywhere. Time's on your side. Work on yourself, man. Educate yourself. Read. Lift weights. Improve yourself. Start a business. Start a blog. Work on you. Increase and improve your value. That's what you do, right? Yeah, you will become a little bit rusty with women because experience really and truly is the best teacher. But by the same token, you can shake off that rust with relative ease just by getting out there. So good call there by area code 647. Freelance Ronan with the $10 super chat says it's the simp doctrination. I like that. The simp doctrination of the population, gentlemen. Learn to read between the lines of the mainstream media. Like studying wildlife, observe it, but don't become emotionally lost in it. Man, Freelance Ronan dropping proverbs. Freelance Ronan with the $10 proverb chat. Holy shit. Very nice. John Baughman, or John, Boffman. Is it Boffman? Huff, boff, laugh. Baffman says from right to Johnny B, no longer, hold on a second. Whoa, okay, the super chats are really coming in now. He said, no bigger test of one's red pilling than applying it when your entire life gets turned upside down. Love you guys. Appreciate that, John B. I've actually had email conversations with John B. He has donated a lot of money to the show, so I appreciate John B. chiming in. The Practical Stoic with the $10 super chat says, in my past blue pill days, it was impossible to focus on my purpose. Now, as a red-pilled man, my drive and focus is rock solid. Do you believe a man can't reach his full potential as a blue-pilled simp? Yeah. You will not reach your potential as a blue pill simp. Because like we say here in the manosphere, the red pill permeates every part of your life. Money, work, your career, building a business, and as so it happens, women, right? Like the red pill, taking the red pill or living the red pill life, it's not just being good with women. It's exercising financial prudence. It's building a strong body and a strong mind. If you're not exercising financial shrewdness, if you're not in the best physical condition that you can be in, you'll never reach your full potential. You only reach your full potential when your money game is tight, right? When you're good with money, when you're in good physical condition, when you're of sound body and mind. Excellent question there. Excellent question. Grab a like with the $5 super chat says tuition from area code 973. Thinking I should, because of my love of TV and entertainment, start a play-by-play on red pill and blue pill media. I would most certainly co-sign on that. I would absolutely watch that. That's kind of sort of what I do when I break down articles and videos, sort of give you the red pill play-by-play. That's actually a very good idea, Grovelite. Very, very good idea. Excellent. All right, let us go back to the phone lines and hit area code 509. Area code 509, you're on live with Donovan. Go ahead. Area code 509, are you there? Area code 509 going once, going twice. He's out. Area code 305. Area code 305, you're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
How you doing, Donovan? I really appreciate your show, man. You put me on a lot of game.
Thank you.
So, the thing about, I was thinking about, when you ask a girl for her phone, I never heard about that before.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, what this does, and for those of you just joining us, what area code 305 is asking is what area code, I think 647 was talking about. The conversation went, hey, listen, Donovan, this girl I'm seeing, I like her, she likes me. We've kind of tossed around the idea of a long-term relationship, and I don't really know where to go from here in a red pill sense. What would Donovan do? What's a red pill way to answer that question? And so area code 305, what I told him to do is, number one, never angle for commitment first. I've said this ad nauseum. Number two, when a girl says, hey, what are we doing? Are you interested in a relationship? When are we going to get serious? Your response should always be, well, listen, I like you. I like what we have, right? But I want you to understand that being in a relationship with me, it's going to be really difficult. Like being with a man like me, it's not easy. Well, then she's going to ask you, well, what do you mean it's not easy? Well, I have certain habits, I have certain traits, I have certain requirements that I absolutely will not waver on in order to be in a relationship with me. Okay, well, like what? You really want to know? Yeah, I really want to know. You really want to know? Yeah. Okay. Unlock your phone right now and hand it to me. Okay? When you do that, area code 305, what you tell her right then and there is that if you want to be in a relationship with me, you are giving up all autonomy. There is no such thing as privacy when it comes to your relationship with me. You are going to
You know what? I told my friend the same thing. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I told my friend the same thing. Like when a girl with you, she's in your program.
Mm-hmm.
There's no social media. There's
That's right.
no going on girls not out.
That's
no
right.
going on, vacation with your girls. You come first. And
That's
he said,
exactly right.
you want a slave. Just like my mom and other people.
Is that what he said? He said, oh, you want a slave?
Yes.
Oh,
He's not
listen, check this out. No, check this out. You want to know how to respond to that? Well, slaves do what they do involuntarily. I'm not putting a gun to any woman's head. If she doesn't want to if she doesn't want to give me access to her phone, if she wants to go to girls' night out, if she wants to go on vacations with her friends, cool. I'm not mad at you, but don't expect to have it both ways, right? You can't, listen, I will let you do whatever you want to do, right? Like you're not going to make a girl do anything she doesn't want to do. What you are going to tell him is that, but if you want to be in a relationship with me, then this is what's required. Well, what if I don't do what's required? Then we're not in a relationship. Listen, we can keep fucking, like that's totally cool. But as far as commitment is concerned, if you want to keep doing your thing over there, do you, baby girl? But if you want this thing to go any further, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So when your friend says, so when your friend says, oh, you want a slave? No, slaves do the work involuntarily. Slaves are being forced against their own will. I'm not looking for a slave. I'm looking for a woman who's in my program. She can either choose to get with the program or she can choose to not do it. Either way, it's no skin off my back.
Yeah, because he's a blue pill / purple pill simp.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Basically, what I want to ask you another question before we get off.
Sure.
I want to ask you about cougars because I really like cougars.
Sure.
I want to ask you like the mindset of a cougar.
Okay.
Yeah. So like.
So you want to know what the mindset of a cougar is?
I want to know how they think because I've been like in a few situations with cougars. It's been good.
Okay.
Some been bad, but I want to know the mindset because I know they're older and they're more smarter than these girls around my age.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or younger.
Believe it or not, there isn't much of a difference in terms of the mindset of a cougar and a younger woman, but there's one distinct difference, and that one distinct difference is desperation, right? So. Cougars, and I actually did an episode on this. You can actually, you can go to donovansharpe.com/episodes or something like that. Type in cougars, and while I'm talking, I'll actually attempt to bring it up, and I'll attempt to bring it up and put the link in the chat. But cougars you have to understand, women never grow up. Women grow old; they never grow up. Cougars are no more or less mature than girls in their 20s. They're just not. Cougars act like children.
I heard the term.
Go ahead.
I heard the term. My dad says women act like grown children.
Yes,
that's true.
Women are 100% overgrown children. You got 43-year-olds out here acting like 23-year-olds. Cougars do understand. Exactly. Cougars do understand that their time on the carousel is drawing to a close. So cougars initially will treat you a lot better than young, hot girls would treat you. But you have to understand is that cougars are always looking for a relationship. right? So that's the one big difference. If you're fucking a hot 21-year-old, maybe she wants a relationship, maybe she doesn't, maybe she angles for one, maybe she doesn't. Whatever the case may be, at some point that relationship is going to end because she's young and hot. This is just how it is here in 2019, about to be 2020. But
Exactly.
if you start having, go ahead.
I was talking to this girl last year, and she was like, older woman. She was a cougar. She had 2 grown daughters, and then, I was in Miami, and then my friend had a graduation in Jacksonville, and then I was in a hotel with my friend, and then after that, an hour, 2 or 3 go by, she called, and then guess what she asked me, Donovan?
What'd she ask you?
She asked me about marriage.
Oh shit! No, man.
Yeah.
Cougars.
I tell her, hell no. I tell her, listen,
of course.
I'm not trying to get married with you. Like we cool, I could figure where we stand, But like, as far as marriage, I'm not trying to do that because I'm trying to.
Hell no.
I'm trying to be a rich man. I'm not trying to be broke.
Nope.
I'm not trying to.
No, sir, man.
I'm getting paycheck to paycheck. I'm not trying. No. I'm against marriage. I told her that.
Well, thanks for the call, area code 305. Yeah, go to my website. Go to my website and give me a second. Let me do a quick search. Older women. Yeah, go to my website and look up the pros and cons of dating older women or the pros and cons of cougars. That's probably the best place to find that episode, and you'll figure that out. Listen, dating cougars or getting involved with older women, there are some advantages. There are advantages and disadvantages to both, and I highlight the both of those. Big thanks goes out to Nonstop Dre 360 with the $5 super chat. He says, I notice that a lot of older guys tolerate disrespect from their wives. It makes me speechless with disgust. Shake my head. Love your content. Keep saving lives. I appreciate that. I Bramblebush with the $5 super chat says, when the red pill hits you, it's like when Don Corleone slapped and shook Johnny Fontaine and told him to act like a man in The Godfather, right? And of course, big thanks goes out to I Bramblebush, who is now the newest member of the TSR mod squad. Appreciate that. Let's go to area code 301. Area code 301, you are on Live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Donovan?
Doing good, man.
Your boy, Andrew.
Hey, what's up, Andrew? How you doing?
Man, doing good, man. Getting through this season.
Oh, yeah.
I got a story to tell you, man. Something that happened to me 2 days ago, man.
Okay.
And,
well, try to make it quick, because I've got other callers here.
I know. Well, if you're in the DMV, you know about Kenilworth Projects. And basically, this is this lady. She's a cougar.
Mm-hmm.
She works on our campus, and she kept on throwing a pussy at me through the whole year. I finally gave her a chance, so I go over there, and I walk in the house, and Shawnee's straight hood rat. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got girls in there, they chilling, they laughing, kids running around.
Oh,
wow. To find out that, you know what I'm saying, her ex-husband was in prison for 3 years. He got out and came home. And see me in there, so you know what I'm saying. So he had some words for me. I'm like, bro, what? I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? My man shut up her house.
Damn, are you serious?
Yeah, bro. While I'm in there, and like my phone was dead, but I finally got it to work, and I had to call my boy. I played for Georgetown. He came to pick me up. But yeah, bro, shut the whole house up, bro.
Damn, where's this at? DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, DC is a nice. Well, listen, and thanks for the call, area code 301. Yeah, his boy lives in Georgetown. Georgetown is a beautiful area. But yeah, man, goddamn, said that woman was hood as hell. Yeah, definitely black flags there. The neg one. Let's go to area code 210. Area code 210. You're on Live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I've been red pill a long time. I'm retired Air Force. I got my red pill in the Philippines at 22. When I got there, and this guy said, "Hey, dude, you're gonna get sick of fucking." And I'm 22. I've been in multiple countries before, but I had to understand that there was a lot of women there that wanted me for the wrong reasons. Because you're a military brat. I think when men get outside of America, they run into women that don't think they're beautiful. Your eyes open.
You're right.
You run into you run into beautiful women that are just beautiful, and they deflect their beauty.
Right.
But American women, they are big, beautiful women, or they're a few extra pounds, and they shit test you.
Yes.
And you go ahead and take the shit test.
Right.
And if you meet an older woman, you know, you say, hey, I own 42 businesses, which I humbly do, so I can't go out with you the time you want me to go out. But then when you get a text, I want to see you at this Mexican restaurant at 5, I'm like, you didn't arrange that with me. She tells me to get off my high horse because I'm a man.
Wow.
Now, I don't know whether that high horse is like eating marijuana or I need a fucking step ladder to get on it, to get on the high horse. But she used this old school term because she's like, listen, I'm the woman. I'm the prize. She just shit tested me. Bye, Felicia. Listen, guys.
The bitch said, I'm the prize. Oh, get the fuck out of here, man. Yes, keep going with that. Go ahead.
Well, she didn't say it, but when she said, get off my high horse, she made the date, she made the time a Saturday, which I work on Saturdays because I'm a man high on my purpose with my businesses.
Damn right.
She didn't even give me an opportunity to agree with the time frame.
Bruh.
Guys, get your money up. Get in that gym. I have a gym in my house.
Hell yeah.
You're the prize. Women shit test you. They say to you, hey, listen, you're just nasty. You want pussy. Yes, baby, I do want pussy.
That's right.
You're nasty. Yes, bitch, I am nasty. I mean, why do I have to deny who I am?
Right.
I'm the prize.
Right.
And you know, and we power down. You date nowadays, these women say things. Here's the thing. I want to peg you. Excuse me? I knew what she said. I'm like,
right.
I want to peg you. I'm like, listen, you're not pegging me. How about no? She hears
hell
me.
no.
A couple of days later, she said, hey, I want to peg you. I mean, but guys get pegged. I mean, it's sad. I want a threesome. You, me, and another guy. What?
Whoa.
Too many sausages.
That's not a threesome. That's a train. A girl can only have a threesome with one guy and another girl. But if there's more than one cock and balls in that sexcapade, that ain't a threesome, bro. That is a train.
That's who these women. I like ex-cons. I'm like, listen, you've got fucking all these diseases. Nothing against ex-cons. God bless ex-cons. But she said, oh, that's the best kind of sex in the world. Guys, listen to that fucking female. She asked, do I eat pussy? I don't know where she's had that pussy.
Right.
I don't want a disease. I don't know. Eating pussy, you know, and then they look at me. They're like, well, you know, you're fucked up. You're gay. Listen, bitch, I know I'm not gay. No, I just insulted you. I'm not just called you gay. I need to insult myself. That's how women are. Guys, I hope you're listening. Donovan, you're spitting this knowledge, how you got it. I'm thinking because you were military dependent.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times military dependent, they get the knowledge quicker than us because they go to these countries, these exotic countries where you got these beautiful women. And
yeah, man.
But guys, if you don't jump outside of America, it's going to be hard to get the pill. But listen to this fuck. Donovan, keep going on with your knowledge. It's crazy.
I appreciate it, man. Listen, area code 210 came with the passion and the fire, right? And the moral of the story, what he's trying to tell you is, men, you have to expand your horizons, man. Like, you have to expand your horizons. Don't get me wrong, man. If there are very few women here in America that are worth committing to. But if you're single, if you don't have any kids, dude, get your passport and get the hell out of the country, man. Honestly, there's no reason for you not to, right? And listen, you don't have to move abroad. Just go visit abroad every once in a while. When you get tired of American girls, do what those black guys do. They go down to Brazil for 6 months, and they're up to their eyeballs in Brazilian ass, right? Like, that will show you what's going on. This woman is talking about pegging. Ooh, fuck that. Ay. Curtis Bender with the $5 super chat says, do you think the cultural pendulum is starting to reverse itself, or do we need to start red pilling en masse? No, the cultural pendulum is not starting to reverse itself. At least not as far as I'm concerned. And the reason and it's easy to think that it's starting to reverse itself because this is an echo chamber, right? And I take pride in the fact that this is an echo chamber, right? Well, you're just stuck in an echo chamber. Yeah, you're goddamn right, because anything outside of this is not telling the truth. But it's easy for us to think that the pendulum is starting to swing in the other way because we're here. No, man. Go to any blue pill YouTube channel. Any blue pill YouTube channel that talks about dating from a male perspective. Any blue pill dating advice, dude, his channel is going to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views. Dude, there's a guy by the name of Jason Silver. He has a YouTube channel called Attract Great Guys. Has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. That tells you that he is obviously blue pill. Channels like mine, dude, I barely got 40,000 subscribers.
90 seconds.
I've barely got 40,000 subscribers, right? And the reason why I don't have as many subscribers as other blue pill guys is because the culture, it's not, the pendulum is not swinging the other way. Every time we turn around, feminism is doubling down. Captain Marvel, Star Wars being feminized, female Fight Club, every kiss begins with K. No. Like, listen, I would like to think that it would, but feminism is not going to be vanquished in my lifetime. At least, I don't think.
90 seconds, 60 seconds.
Brell215 with the $10 super chat says, I love cougars too, but stay far away from the ones with little kids or grown kids with kids of their own. I don't know why guys like messing around with single mother cougars. Leave them alone. The reason why men like messing around with single mother cougars is because single mother cougars know how to fucking fuck well.
60 seconds.
Like a long time ago, guys.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
A long time ago, guys, I did an episode called Why Do We Fall in Love with Sluts? And one of the main reasons we fall in love with sluts is because sluts know how to fuck. Sluts know how to fuck. They know how to suck. They are They're great at sex because they've had plenty of practice. Guys don't like messing with single mothers. They're just thirsty, and they like the sex that they get from said single mothers. All right. Excellent episode today, guys. Excellent episode today. My thanks to all of my callers. If you did not get on, I do apologize. Hopefully you'll get on next time. Let me shout out my super chats and my new members. Shout out to Pro George, new member. Freelance Ronan, new member. Curtis Bender, who is also a new member. Darius Isaac with the $10 super chat. Will S, brand new member. Curtis Bender was also a new member. Big thanks goes out to Six Ball with the $100 super chat. Shashwat O with the, looks like he became a new member. Tim Tylo with the $250 super chat. Tim Tylo and Six Ball. Tim Tylo with the $250 super chat. Six Ball with the $100 super chat. I appreciate that very much. Curtis Bender with a $5 super chat. Peter B with a $5 super chat. Freelance Runner with a $5 super chat. The Nag $1, $10. Shashwat O, about $5.50. Chef Raka, $3. Ricardo Rivas, $5 and $2. Laura Signal 94, $14. New York's ninth Wonder became a new member. Appreciate that. Freelance Running with another $10 super chat. Don B, $30. The Practical Stoic, $10. Gravelite, $5. Nonstop Dre, $5. I Bramblebush, $5, who then became a new member. Curtis Bender with the $5 super chat. Brell215, $10. Freelance Ronin with another $5 super chat says single mothers and cougars are like amusement park rides. They are a lot of fun, but you never park them in the garage. Wow, that's awesome. Very, very good. That's very good. Holy shit. A lot of fun, but never park them in the garage. Holy cannoli. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. My thanks to my super chatters and my members. Do not forget, I am absolutely on the air tomorrow at noon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a Merry Christmas.